What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're talking about Miles Killebrew, who went down with an injury in practice. We're also going to be talking about Quandre Diggs and how he feels after the trade. So let's get it started. Another one to the video. Before we get it started, I want to say, if you guys haven't checked out my last video, please go check it out. I did kind of like a little skit thing, I guess that's what you could call it, about a forgotten coach. It's pretty funny, at least I liked it, so if you guys like it, well, that's cool. So you have to check it out, though, to know if you like it, so please, if you haven't checked it out, please go check it out, and let me know how you guys feel about it. I like doing that kind of thing, so if you guys enjoy them, then I know I can do more of them. They take a lot more time, but they're really entertaining. I think they're more entertaining. So just let me know. Okay, we're going to keep these coming, though. And in this video, I said what we're going to talk about, so we're going to do that. So we're going to start off with Miles Killebrew. So Miles Killebrew went down with a brain injury, which is like a concussion, that kind of thing. And it's not a good thing that we want to see right now. As we know, we traded away Quandre Diggs, so we'll talk about it in a little bit. And we've had multiple injuries in this secondary. And now we're going to be very, very limited going into this game at that safety position. Who knows? Maybe they'll bring up a practice squad player or something. I don't know. But when you look at the safety position, we really have three guys. That's basically, we literally have like three guys that we can rely on for this game. That is Tavon Wilson, Will Harris, and CJ Moore, who is mainly a special teams type of guy. Those are going to be your safeties going into the game. Now, obviously, the Bears' offense isn't anything that we should be super afraid of. Obviously, they can score, so we need to be ready to go. They're not a good offense. They're really terrible. But it's an NFL team, so they could still possibly score. We need to play really well defensively, and not having those guys in there. Well, I guess if there's one team that you don't want to have your safeties against, I guess it's the Bears instead of like the Chiefs. So I guess that's kind of a good thing. We'll see if they do anything about it, but this is not good for a team. Him going down with an injury means there's a lot of people that are going to be missing on this Lions team. I mean, there's just been so many injuries this year. It's almost been kind of unfair. It's been so unfair. Defensively, especially. Defensive line, linebackers, safeties, corners. I mean, it's not right how many injuries we've had defensively. Obviously, it's always next man up mentality, and you always have to be ready to go. The next guy has to go. But it is super unfortunate to see all these injuries. Hopefully, he can get back and healthy, but he will not play this weekend, and most likely Tracy Walker will not either. Now, this is really what you came for, okay? This is what the thumbnail was talking about. This is what you came for. I know you did. Maybe you came for the Miles Killebrew part. Well, if you did, then there you go. But you should stay for this one because we're going to be talking about Quandre Diggs. So Quandre Diggs has, been traded by the trade deadline. A little bit before the trade deadline, we let go of Quandre Diggs for a 5th-round pick. We also traded away a 7th-round pick for a 5th-round pick in return, which honestly doesn't seem like a very good deal at all. Up till this year, he was a really, really good safety, even statistically, right? He was able to force turnovers. He was making a lot of plays. He's a very big hitter. He was our team captain, okay? He was the captain. He had extension. Everything looked good. Quandre Diggs, he was young, and then he got traded. And we got a 5th-round pick in return, and we didn't even use the 5th-round pick. We didn't trade for anybody else. We're just holding on to it. So that made a lot of people upset, okay? I know there's definitely people on the side of we should have kept him, we shouldn't have kept him. That's fine. But Quandre Diggs talked about the trade in an interview, and I thought it was very interesting, a lot of the things he had to say. So basically, he says he thinks it was a control thing, like them trying to control the locker room. So that's basically what he thinks it is. He thinks the reason they traded him is trying to control. The Lions are obviously going to try to control things in the locker room, right? That's kind of the whole point. You're the coach, you're trying to control things. Obviously, you don't want to control the people, right? You can't control people. They are who they are, and you need to let them be themselves. And if you don't want that in your locker room, then you have to do what the Lions did and make sure he's on his way out. But at the same time, it makes sense when you try to control people a little bit, right? You're trying to at least control the locker room, not the people of the locker room. You want to control the locker room because remember last season that was the problem with Matt Patricia, like he has lost the locker room. Well, that may be coming back once again, but their goal is to try to control the locker room a little bit, and it doesn't seem like they're doing that much at this point either because they're terrible defensively. And that honestly doesn't have too much correlation, I don't think, with keeping Quandre Diggs or moving on from Quandre Diggs. We were terrible before he was here, and we were terrible after. And I'm not trying to bash on Quandre Diggs because I know a lot of people want to say, well, he's just bad. We shouldn't even kept this dude. He's only got 20 tackles. He's missed 6 tackles by Pro Football Focus, which Pro Football Focus, some people like it, some people don't. I understand that completely. But it wasn't like really anybody on the defense was playing good at that point. I mean, come on now. Look at our defense. They're ranked 31st in the league. But I do understand them trying to at least have some control over the locker room. Talk about that in a second. The Detroit Lions think Will Harris is a better fit for their scheme. And he also says everything will come out. He's like, look, man, everything will come out about this situation at some point. We'll just give it time. Everything will come out about what happened. But then he goes on to kind of mock what people have been saying about him. Because he hears it. He's a football player. Everybody hears it. He hears the people saying, like, oh, he's not done this good this year. He's only got 20 tackles. And he says, blah, blah, blah. He says this. Quandre Diggs says, look, I also wasn't put in a position to succeed like I was last season. Okay, so he tried to come out and roast us. Okay, he tried to roast them people. And I know, okay, I'm not saying whether he's right or wrong. I just thought that was kind of interesting. Like, he shot some fire, okay? He fired it right back. He's like, look, y'all keep saying this blah, blah, blah stuff, but look, I'm not in the same position I was in last year. That's why I'm not succeeding. And I'm not saying that there's any truth to that. I'm not saying that that's a good reason for him. I just thought it was interesting that he fired right back like that. I mean, I wasn't really expecting that, but Diggs is one of those guys that definitely speaks out, okay? He's not afraid to say what his mind thinks, because that's what your mind does. Wow, okay. Anyways, but he basically says this. He says he's vocal, he's a leader, and he's competitive, man. This guy's competitive. Sometimes he gets really competitive in the locker room, and he's very local, so he's not afraid to say what he thinks, okay? Like I just said, happy to be free. I'm happy to be free from this team, and he also talks about, like, winning football. Like, maybe that was another shot at the Lions, like a little small shot. I mean, that's pretty tough, okay? He's trying to really roast the Lions here. Okay, and again, I'm not trying to say whether or not it was a good move to trade him, but he does not seem happy, and I'm not sure if that's just like, man, I don't know why you guys would do this, or it's like, I'm so glad to get out there. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but he's obviously not happy, but he's a little bit happy that he's out. At least from what he says he's happy that he's out of here, and I think a lot of Lions fans will look at that and say, look, as fans, okay, we're not in the organization, as fans, go then. I mean, if you're happy to be somewhere else, I'm okay that you're not here, because then you're not going to be playing the best for us. But I kind of understand his frustration. If they have him in a different position, then I can understand why he's frustrated. Like, look, man, I was doing good the year before, and now you have me in this different position. But I don't know how much truth that there is. He was still a starter, so I don't necessarily know. I mean, it's a scheme thing. I'm not 100% into Matt Patricia's scheme. I don't know what he knows. I don't know what they're doing behind the scenes. But I thought that was interesting that he came out and talked about this. He was definitely kind of upset with the Lions. He's like, look, man, everything will come out at some point. But he kind of shot some fire back at the haters, okay? I'm not saying you can't be a hater. It's okay if you want to be a hater. Stats are stats, okay? He wasn't that great this year. But the whole Lions defense hasn't been great at all this year. So, I don't know. Everybody has their own opinion. If you think we should have kept Diggs, awesome. If you think we should have got rid of Diggs, if this opened your mind and like, no, now I'm glad we got rid of him, that's cool too. Okay, I kind of want to hear your thoughts, comments below. I'm not picking a side here because, honestly, I think I've talked about this before in the past about how I felt about this trade, but you guys can pick your side for sure. But I just kind of want to give this to you guys and tell you guys what he said after being traded, okay? Because this finally came out. I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about this, at least give you guys the information. Now you can make your own decisions based on, what he said. So there you go. Let me hear your thoughts, comments below. Please go check out my last video. Thank you for watching, and I'm out.